Hello there, what we are going to be looking at today is all about client requirements. So today's title is how can you interpret client requirements, copy down the keywords into your Google Doc, and then we will get going. So client requirements are basically what you need to do. So when we're thinking about creating a piece of creative media, the client requirements will basically be telling you what you need to do. So the purpose of the product, the theme of it, the style of it, the genre of it, the content of it. So basically it will be telling you exactly what's needed, what you need to be doing, how you need to be creating it, the requirements, the rules which they're giving you in place to create the piece of media. And you can get them in different ways. You can find it from a written brief. So for example, when you do your coursework units, you get a written brief given to you about what the requirements are, and we'll have a look at some examples of those later on in this video. You could talk to the client, so you could sit down, you could have a meeting with the client, you could review a written brief, you could review a script, you could review a specification. So any way that you can ask questions from the client you can use. So for example, you might decide to meet with them and ask them to fill in a form that will give you all the client requirements. So when we're getting the client requirements, we need to make sure we're doing it first time around and we're getting as much information as possible. So here is task 1. And again, like you've done in the previous lessons, give the video a quick pause and complete the work, the all, the most, or some, based on the outcomes that you're aiming for on the left hand side. So give the video a quick pause and then we will get going. So this is an example of a client requirement that I found online. This isn't for a controlled piece of an assessment. This is a sample one which another teacher has put together. If you're watching this, thank you very much. So we can see here, this is a lot of information for us to take in, but we know we need to create a t-shirt. We can see different requirements from here. So for example, we can see these bullet point areas here. We've got some requirements down here. We've got some requirements as well. Down here we've got some requirements as well, and again we've got another one for a game that what they want to have created, which again this is packed full of client requirements. And then finally a comic client requirement as well, and again we've got some text here, we've got some information here that you need to be able to read, take apart. What I tell my students to do when we're looking through a client requirement is highlight things that they think are important, are key client requirements, so when it comes around to writing about them, to about talking about them, it's quick and easy for them to access. So what I want you to do from task 2, you'll have to rewind and pause the video when you go back looking at this. Based on those previous briefs, I want you to look at the client requirements and let me know what the client requirements are. And again, you're going into the amount of depth you're going into is based on the almost and some, and it's mashed up on the learning outcomes on the left hand side. So you'll have to go back, pause, play, pause, and a little bit with this. Or if you've got 2 monitors, pull the video over to the right hand side so you can be typing your Google Doc as you can see it. But give the video a pause once you're writing those, and then we'll be able to answer today's key question. So today's key question is, how can I interpret client requirements? So you're completing that either in your booklet or on your Google Doc. And then once you've done that, that is the end of today's lesson. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I shall see you later on. Bye-bye.